Hello friends! Today we're going to talk about a very unusual topic for me because usually you see me discussing business and management. Today I'm going to talk about digital psychology. What is it and why am I interested in it? First of all, it really speaks to me. Secondly, digital psychology has helped me understand people better, including my employees. When I hire people, I can already see right through them. And by the way, I recommend that you also look into this a bit. Today I'll be talking about each consciousness number. So what is that? I'll definitely explain it to you as well. So let's get started. What is digital psychology? In general, if we translate the word psychology, psycho means soul, logi means logic, so it's the logic of the soul. And here it's also the digital logic of the soul. We take your date of birth, and based on your birth date, I can tell you absolutely everything about you, your strengths and your weaknesses. By looking at your matrix, I can tell you what you need to work on, what you might want to tone down a bit, what you should do for great self-fulfillment, and whether this personal year of yours is suitable for that or not. So basically, any question, any request you might have can be answered with the help of digital psychology. It's incredibly fascinating. So now we're going to go through the numbers of consciousness, and you'll learn a lot of interesting things about yourself. All right, consciousness number 1. People born on the 10th, 19th, or 28th. These are number 1 people. Their planet is the sun. When they're at their best, they're very bright individuals. They shine on everyone. And in fact, other people are drawn to number 1. Number 1s are born to lead. They are managers who absolutely need to lead lots and lots of people. And number 1s also really love everything big. Big cars, big houses. They are very, very positive people, except for those born on the 10th day. No, I don't mean to say they're bad. There are no bad or good people. It's just that people born on the 10th are destined to reset everything to 0. That's why people born on the 10th really need to work on their mindset and do absolutely everything to drive all negativity out of their thoughts. Consciousness number 2 refers to people born on the 2nd, 11th, and 20th of the month. People with the number 2 are those who are always trying to understand everyone. They dig deeper into everything than anyone else. They're not particularly liked because they're always trying to uncover the truth. They are very understanding, and there are advantages to that. Wherever there is a 2, there is maximum understanding, whether in the family or at work. 2s are very good executives. So if there is a 2 among the employees and you can assign them a task, they will handle it perfectly. It's the same as with the number 1. Among the 2s, those born on the 20th are also meant to reset everything to 0. Unfortunately, people born on the 20th have a negative mindset by nature. That is, even if something not very bad happens, their thoughts inevitably focus on the most negative scenario possible. And because of this, unfortunately, a lot of bad events occur in their lives. Because in our lives, the events that happen are those we think about, talk about, and write about. And since people born on the 20th usually don't think about good things, all of this materializes in their lives. Next is the consciousness number 3. People born on the 3rd, 12th, 30th, and 21st of the month. These are people who do everything by the book. These are people who only take medicine according to the instructions. This is the only number that actually takes such paperwork so seriously. They divide people into smart and stupid. They don't want to communicate with those they consider stupid and only interact with people they like. And that's why a lot of opportunities slip through their fingers, because they divide people. As I mentioned earlier, when we divide people naturally, we miss out on opportunities, since people themselves are our opportunities. 3, their strong suit is analysis. They analyze a lot, and in fact, there are very few people who have a 3 in their date of birth. And this helps them coordinate things very well, for example, their finances. And those who don't have a 3 in their matrix, like me, usually have money slip through their fingers. People born on the 4th, 13th, and 22nd of the month. These are the 4s. I really love 4s. There are a lot of 4s in my circle. These are giving people. They give a lot. And by the way, because of this, they end up getting hurt because they give, and when they don't get anything in return, they get very upset. 4s are incredibly kind and incredibly honest. So if you meet a 4, know that it's unlikely they'll be able to deceive you. 4s set a lot of goals, and that's also where their problems lie. On the one hand, a person who has a 4 in their date of birth knows how to set goals. Those who don't have them live by other people's goals. So specifically 4s, people born on the dates I mentioned, they generate a lot of goals, and their problem is that they can't make up their minds. They spend their whole lives chasing different goals, and unfortunately, that's why they don't achieve any of them. That's why the main task for 4s is to focus on one goal and pursue it. Then 4s will become very wealthy. The number of consciousness is 5. People born on the 5th, 14th, and 23rd. These are the most logical people, even the most adequate, I would say. These are people who communicate very easily. They don't see any problems with it at all. They are also chameleon-like people. They adapt to any situation very, very easily. On the downside, I can say that these are people with a very small heart chakra, and they are very sensitive. Also, people with the number 5 are people of scale, people of business. They are born to multiply and scale everything. The number of consciousness is 6. These are people born on the 6th, 15th, and 24th. God loves 6s. This is the only number that God gives, even when they are sleeping. These are people who love to sleep, love comfort, and divide people into comfortable and uncomfortable. A 6 will never work with or be friends with people they feel uncomfortable around. 6 is the number of consciousness that truly needs to rest. That is, if a 6 works too much, God ties their legs. They immediately start having leg pain. Also, when they are not following their own path, their legs are an indicator as well. People born under these numbers are creative people. Their soul is fulfilled through creativity. They are very loving, very wise, and very tactile people. The next consciousness number is the number 7. People born on the 7th, 16th, and 25th. These are people who have more guardian angels than anyone else. If there are 7s watching me right now, they have definitely felt that all their problems somehow resolve themselves. They themselves don't understand why. It's all your angels. And I also want to say that 7s come to bring crisis into your life. But that's not a bad thing because we only grow through crisis. So if you see a 7 who has come into your life, then 100% there will be new changes in your life. 7s really value recognition. They really love being acknowledged. So when you have a child who is a 7, if you acknowledge their actions, they will do even more of them. So you can take this into account and definitely try to apply it. 7s are people who really need discipline. In other words, they are brilliant people, but only when they live with discipline. So if you're watching me right now, be sure to incorporate this into your life. Sports, regularity, discipline in every aspect. And you won't believe how quickly everything in your life will change. The number of consciousness is 8. These are people born on the 8th, 17th, and 26th of the month. These are people of labor. These people work a lot and they live in the material world. They do everything for the sake of results and in no other way. But wherever an 8 appears, they will be a leader. Well, that's just how it happens. And for 8s, the soul is fulfilled only through work. So if an 8 suddenly stops working and starts being lazy, naturally, a crisis begins in their life, depression, and so on. So even if you have an 8 in your date of birth, know that hard work is inherent in you, and that's a very good thing. Another thing I can say about 8s is that unfortunately they tend to have a lot of control. These are people who control absolutely everything and do not trust this world. The consciousness number is 9. These are people born on the 9th, 18th, and 27th of the month. These are people who want to help absolutely everyone. And then they divide people into those who are grateful and those who are ungrateful, and they get upset and irritated because of it. 9 is a number that contains absolutely all the qualities of all the consciousness numbers, a kind of mix. But at the same time, 9s are very naive. They are like eternal children, constantly getting offended and worrying about everything. But one of their big advantages is that these people are very dynamic. They are always on the move. You notice them right away. And these are people who should always be involved in sports, even if, yes, they don't really feel like it sometimes. If you're interested in digital psychology and you really like what I'm talking about and you want to learn more, you can subscribe to my Instagram and send me the word consultation and I'll answer any questions you have. What is your purpose? What can you do this year, this month? What shouldn't you do this month? I'll do an analysis for you on any request and your life will become much easier. So I'll be waiting for you on my Instagram. Subscribe and turn on notifications. See you next time.